You click Try for free, and suddenly you are being asked to verify your domain, configure DNS, create users and choose licenses, and figure out how to move your existing email. And you thought you were just trying Microsoft 365. Welcome to your Microsoft 365 deployment project. Have you ever signed up for Microsoft 365 trial because you wanted to see if it would work for your business? And then suddenly realize, okay, what do I do now? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. My name is Carlos, and I help businesses around the world with their Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace subscription. For more information, visit itwithcarlos.com. And in this video, we're going to look what actually happens after you sign up for Microsoft 365, why so many businesses get stuck, and what you can do if you're not sure how to finish the process. Let's put ourselves in the shoes of a small business owner. You need business email. Maybe you want Microsoft Office, OneDrive, Teams, or some other service Microsoft 365 provides. So you go to Microsoft website, choose a plan, start a trial. The sign up itself is pretty straightforward, but when you enter the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, the things start to change. Microsoft asks you to verify your domain. Then you need to create users. You need to decide which licenses they need. You need to configure your domain, and eventually you need to deal with email. That's when you realize this isn't just a trial anymore. You are actually building a Microsoft 365 environment for your business. Let's start with something that sounds simple. Verify your domain. Microsoft needs to confirm that you actually own your business domain, so you are giving a DNS record to add. Simple enough if you know where your DNS is managed and what you are supposed to change. But if you have never worked with DNS before, you may suddenly be asking, where do I go? Is this my domain registrar? Is this my hosting company? Which DNS record do I change? And that's where a single simple step can stop the entire process. Because DNS isn't something you want to change randomly when your business depends on that domain for email and other services. Then you have users and licensing. You may have 5 employees or 50. Each person needs an account, and those accounts need the appropriate licenses. And this is where another question comes up. Which license do I actually need? You don't necessarily want to give everyone the same license just because it is easier. You want to understand what each person actually needs. Does the user need desktop Office applications, Exchange Online, Teams, OneDrive, additional security features? Licensing is part of the deployment because it affects both what users can do and how much your business is going to spend. And then we get to email. For many businesses, this is the point where things becomes a little bit more serious because you're probably already using email. Your domain may actually be connected to a hosting company, another email provider, Google Workspace, or another Microsoft 365 environment. And now you want Microsoft 365 to handle that email. That means you need to plan the transition. You will probably need to change DNS records, including your MX record, so the new email is delivered to Microsoft 365. But here's an important part. You don't want to make that change before you are ready. If your current email is working, you need to understand exactly what will happen when you change your email flow. This is why email migration should be treated as part of the plan, not just another checkbox in the setup wizard. And you are probably not starting with an empty mailbox. Maybe your users already have years of emails. Maybe they have contacts and calendars. Maybe there are PSD files sitting on someone's computer. Maybe you're moving from Gmail. Maybe you're coming from another Microsoft 365 tenant. Or maybe your email has always been hosted by your website provider. Now you have another project, migration. And the right migration approach depends on where you're coming from, how much data you have, and what you need to preserve. This is one of the areas where planning ahead can make a huge difference. Because the goal isn't simply to get everyone a new mailbox. The goal is to move the business to Microsoft 365 without disrupting the business. And once everything is working, there is one more area you shouldn't overlook: security. You need to think about things like multi-factor authentication, administrative accounts, permissions, and the security settings that protect your users and your data. You also need to think about how users are going to access Microsoft 365 from their computers and mobile devices. Because there is a big difference between My users can log in, and my Microsoft 365 environment is properly configured and secure. So when you put all this together, a Microsoft 365 deployment can be thought in 5 different basic stages. 1. Plan. Understand your users, licenses, existing email, data, and requirements. 2. Configure. Set up the tenant, verify the domain, create users, and assign licenses. 3. Connect. Configure DNS and connect your domain and services to Microsoft 365. 4. Migrate. Move your existing email and other required data. 5. Secure and prepare. Configure security, devices, access, and get your users ready. That's the bigger picture. And when you see it this way, it is easier to understand why someone can start a Microsoft 365 trial and never actually get around to using it. And let me tell you something from my experience working with the small businesses. I have seen people start this process with every intention of getting it done themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, if you're comfortable with technology, you can absolutely learn how to manage Microsoft 365. The problem usually isn't the lack of intelligence or technical ability. It's that you reach one step where you are not sure what to do, and you don't want to make a mistake. Maybe you are not sure which DNS record to change. Maybe you're confused about licensing. Maybe you are worried about moving your email. Or maybe you simply don't know what the next step should be. And that's usually when the project stops. And this is where I can help. There are really 2 different ways we can approach this. If you want to learn and manage Microsoft 365 yourself, that is perfectly fine. I can work with you as a coach. We can look at what you already done, identify what's missing, and go through the remaining steps together. I will explain what you are doing and why you are doing it. You remain in control of your Microsoft 365 environment. This is a good option if you want to build your own knowledge and eventually manage your Microsoft 365 yourself. But maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you're running a business and simply don't have the time or desire to become a Microsoft 365 administrator. That's where implementations comes in. I can work with you to handle the technical side of the project. That includes setting up Microsoft 365, configuring your domain and DNS, creating users and licenses, migrating emails and data, configuring security, and helping prepare your users. In this case, you don't have to become a Microsoft 365 expert. You can focus on your business while I focus on the technology. So whether you want to learn how to do it yourself or you simply want to get it done, I can either help you do it or help you get it done. Either way, the goal is the same. Get your business fully up and running on Microsoft 365. So if you already signed up for Microsoft 365 and you are sitting here thinking, okay, what do I do now? Don't worry, you haven't necessarily done anything wrong. You may simply need a little guidance, or you may need someone to take the technical work off your plate. I will put more information about my Microsoft 365 coaching and implementation services below the video. And if you are currently working through the Microsoft 365 setup, leave a comment and tell me what part you are stuck on. I would love to hear about, and your questions might help another business owner who is going through the same thing. Thanks for watching. I'm Carlos, and I will see you in the next video. And remember, stay secure in the cloud, keep tech savvy, and one step ahead with AI.